People say I ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning, pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
Getting started early, huh?
I just drove in, and I had to sit in traffic for about 4 hours, or about 3 hours. Yeah, I'm aggravated.
So you woke up early this morning.
Yeah, so I had to leave Eastman or Cochran like at 3:30
in the morning.
Yeah. Well, so if I'd have came in last night, I would have went out with everybody and ended up writing or doing something last night, and I wouldn't have been worth a shit today. And I've got a show with you. I got a show with one other person after this, and then we got our round tonight. So I'm gonna take a nap somewhere in between.
What time is my show at? Like 8, I think?
8. 8. There you go.
Is it just me?
No, you got 3 others playing with you.
Okay.
Hey, never mind. If you do get a chance to put that on that screen back there, that'd be... Okay, we're going to make this. She's going to get pissed off at me. It's going to be funny. All right. 1, 2, 3. What's up, folks? Thank y'all for tuning into the Josh Terry Podcast. We're back in Nashville. We're out of Raising Grace Studios, and we're back in Live Oak. I got my man with me today, little man Jay. What's up, Bubba?
Yeah, man, how you doing?
Dude, I appreciate you coming to the show.
Of course, bro. Bright and early with it.
Man, I'll tell you, I don't get my fat ass out of bed for anybody this
fat
early.
Is crazy work.
Dude.
You ain't fat, bro.
Well, I appreciate it. It's just me being a smart ass.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, you good. I just like talking shit, dude.
I love it.
But I appreciate you coming, man. I've heard a lot about you. My guys from Raised Rowdy was telling me about you.
Shout out,
Hasten.
Matt.
I've been checking out your social media. Dude, you're cool and you're inspirational. I
Thank
like that.
you. I appreciate that, dog.
Tell everybody a little bit about you real fast, your background and everything.
What's up, everybody? Like you said, my name is Little Man Jay. I grew up in a small town in South Carolina called Clover. So that's where I grew up at. Obviously, I went to school. I graduated high school. And my last year of high school is whenever I started making music. I actually graduated at 16. A lot of people don't know that. In 11th grade, I graduated early. And about the last few months, into 2020 or beginning of 2022, I started going really hard into the music. When I started, whenever I was 13.
You started doing music at 13?
Yeah, with more of the rap. I was influenced by like Polo G and things of that sort. So we were on a family vacation, and I played a beat, and I just like I don't even know. I was just like, let me play a beat and see what I can do. So I played the beat, and then I immediately came up with like some melodies and some lyrics, and I was like, made my first song. I'm like, yo, this is pretty all right. You know what I mean? For like a first song, it seemed like decent enough to make something out of it. You know what I mean?
That's cool, dude.
So I did that. I kept making music for about a year and a half, and then nothing came from it, because I just thought like if you posted like on like your stories, it would blow up. You know what I mean? But that's not how it works in the industry. So I got demotivated and stopped doing it for like a year. I did it on and off, but like not like I was. And then beginning of 2022, so like New Year's of 2021 going into 2022, I got remotivated to get back into it full time. But this time I was a little bit more mature, so I understood like how it worked as far as.
What got you motivated going back into it?
Just like I said, I was on and off doing it. But like in those times, I was like, I really want to do it. I just didn't think it would work. But then I was like, I think I was watching some music videos and stuff and just seeing like the lifestyle and just how cool that shit was. And I was like, I want to do it. And so 2022, I got back into it. But this time I started researching.
Yeah.
So I spent like the first 2-3 months of 2022 just researching. reading, watching videos, taking notes, all that. And then about a month after that, I started social media, and within a few weeks, I got my first video with like 1 million views.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
Yeah. So then I was doing like covers. I did a lot of covers of like Zach Bryan and Morgan Wallen, and obviously I kept going with the rap music at the time. And then I was experimenting a lot of different types of music in like 2020 into 2023. So I did an R&B song, a rock song, and then I was looking back at my comments on some of my cover videos of like Zach Bryan. They're like, bro, your voice would fit country music. So I was like, okay. So I did a country song, and that's actually how I made Whiskey for the Wine.
Okay.
And then that's what I've been doing ever since. And it's just because like that's really where I was based, you know, in South Carolina. That's what we listened to growing up.
Where are you from in South Carolina?
Clover.
Where's that at?
It's the very top of South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Like 30 minutes from Charlotte.
Okay.
A little small town.
You're on the wrong side where I'm at.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm about an hour and a half from Savannah.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
just right over the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I've been doing that since it feels like me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like just making the music, I can speak on like how I feel, you know, and I'm clear-headed whenever I make music like that. Instead of like the rap, I felt like I was competing with the last song I made, or you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
now I can just have fun with it.
Yeah, you can't. So one thing I tell a lot of the artists that we work with, like you can't compete with anybody, even yourself. Like if you want to make something, you just make it.
Exactly.
Like this, some of my idols, whether it's in country or something else, dude, they never thought about their competition when they made something. And that's usually when the best stuff comes, is when you're just doing you, dude. Like if you feel it, fucking run with it.
Exactly. That's where my motto is, just positivity, just good energy, and just have fun.
Dude, mine too. That's what we do. If we push a different way of thinking and just a positive mindset, even on the bad days, you're supposed to be positive, like all that kind of shit. And I would assume, like, you being as positive as you are, like, you've had to go through some shit, obviously, to where, like, you're still that fucking positive, though. That's cool. I think that's why when I looked at your Instagram and everything, I was like, yeah, I want to get this kid on the show. I want to find out about him.
Nah, I appreciate it. I think that's just the result of, you know, I got made fun of in school, and always felt like kind
Fuck
of a
them
little bit
kids.
of
That's what I- yeah,
oh
that's
God.
fuck them kids.
I always felt like a little bit of an outcast. So like I was just like, I want something better for myself.
What,
To kind of be like, fuck you to those people.
well, you know
what I mean?
what's cool, dude, is every one of us was outcast. Every one of us thought differently. Everybody that probably gave you hell, that gave me hell, that gave pretty much every artist in this town hell growing up. You know, those people, I'm not knocking a 9 to 5. I'll never knock somebody just getting up, going to work, paying their bills or whatever, but they're not chasing their dreams. And it's kind of like, yeah, you gave us shit. But so one of my favorite things, dude, is, you know, the definition of weird and the definition of what is it? It's definition of weird and its definition of shit. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, one word is where if somebody says it to you, it's a compliment. The other way is if somebody says you're weird, it's an insult, right? But they both have the same definition. I'm trying to think of what it is. I say it on the show all the time, but you got me up at 3:30 this morning to drive here, so my brain's not working. Unique, that's what it is.
Oh.
Unique and weird almost have the same definition. And it's like, people just didn't realize when they were giving you shit when you were a kid and everything, that you were unique. You're not weird.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Well, it's either like, man, isn't it cool that you're getting to do what you do now and you don't fit in a box? The people who never tried to fit in a box are the ones that stand out and the ones that get to wake up every day and be their selves.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't like feeling like I have to do one thing or do that. Or, you know what I mean? I just do me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, doing you's good enough. I see your stuff. You're obviously killing it, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've really been trying to be me recently, too. Like, yesterday I had a show and I just wore, like, fucking normal basketball
Yeah.
shorts and like this right here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So just trying to really express myself and just do me.
Well, that's how your fan base too connects with you, dude. Like if you're not trying to be something you're not, and they're just like, "Oh, Jace is doing him today."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's cool. I mean, that's the thing, man. Like I'm excited to hear you tonight, just because like I haven't got to hear you live and everything. I've listened to a lot of clips and stuff
Yeah.
from you, and you know, I think you're cool.
I appreciate
I
it.
think the way you go about stuff and just the way that you are just unapologetically yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're not looking for approval. Like all of us obviously want to make it in the industry that we're in.
Yeah.
But like you got 600,000 followers on Instagram. I got a top 1% podcast in the world, and if I tried to be Joe Rogan, I'd fail.
Yeah.
If you tried to be anybody else besides you, you'd fail.
Yeah.
You're just doing you, dude, and you're succeeding doing it. And there's nothing better than that.
100%. That's what I've been learning, just comfortable being me. You know what I'm saying? And just having fun while doing it, staying positive, and just trying to uplift the people around me. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I've seen some of your videos, like I said, on social media, and it seems like you catch a little shit from morons. And it's like, this dude is just trying to put a positive message out in the world. Why are you being such a dumbass to this kid?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that shit's funny, honestly. I love either like playing with the haters or just like at this point, thanks like to all my supporters. Like if somebody hates now, there's like 20 people in the comments like, bro, what the fuck you hating on this dude for?
Yeah.
So it's dope. And I just laugh at the hate, bro. Honestly, it just, if anything, it just motivates me more. You know what I mean?
It
'Cause
ought
I've had
to,
a lot of
dude.
people comment like, even DM me or comment like, bro, I used to hate on you. I don't even know why I did, but you're like my favorite artist now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so with you and a lot of people, like it, once you get to know somebody and you get to connect with them, like it doesn't even matter how you felt about them before. Because like a lot of people base how they feel about somebody by reading the cover. Like, and if you ever can just dive into somebody instead of just judging a book by its cover, you're usually like, okay, I really like this person, right? But if you just judge a book by its cover, dude, you're getting the smallest sample size
Oh,
of
yeah.
somebody.
100%. You know, that's why they say first impressions are so important.
Yeah, dude.
But I give everybody a fair chance.
Well, I'm kind of the opposite. So with an artist, somebody I'm working with, like you, I'm gonna give you a fair chance, like just to
Yeah.
get to know you, become your friend, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Every other day, people like folks that I just kind of know.
Yeah.
I do the opposite now. It's where like I don't give you the benefit of the doubt. You got to earn my respect, or you got to earn me liking you.
Really?
Yeah, well, that you don't get screwed over that way. Like if I just assume that there's a chance you might screw me over, and I keep myself guarded until you prove me otherwise, you usually don't get hurt then.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm just more of like, I don't know, I feel like I just like give everybody the same kind of love and energy regardless.
Well, you're
You
probably
know
a
what I
better
mean?
guy than me.
Yeah.
You're probably nicer than me. Yeah, you're
I
good,
do.
dude. I
mean,
can tell.
It definitely fucks me over sometimes with certain things. People get too comfortable or whatever, but, you know, I just take it for what it is and move on.
That's what you're supposed to do, dude. Yeah, you can only get offended if you allow somebody to offend you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't. I guess how people treat you, you can't fucking help that, but you can help how you react to it. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So
It's not the, what was that quote I read? It's like, it's not about the problem, it's the reaction to the problem.
yeah, there's gonna be bad situations come up every day,
Oh, yeah.
or every other day, or whatever. It says more about you, how you react, than it does about the action in the first place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that defines you.
100%.
Yeah, I'm 37, and it took me till about the past year to understand that.
Really?
Yeah, I was hard headed, dude. I was so quickly triggered to like go to fight or flight
Really?
that I was like, oh yeah, I'm the problem. Yeah, I'm kind of the problem in some of these situations. I could have acted different.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've never really been the type to like get super defensive or quickly in the fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty calm
Well,
pretty calm.
I'm just gonna guess, like, growing up, you probably didn't have it very easy, right? You probably caught shit and everything
Yeah.
or whatever. So that probably made you more empathetic.
Yeah.
It probably made you like give people more of a chance and everything.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I think that's the result of how I
Yeah.
grew up. It's like, you know what I mean? Everybody, love everybody the same regardless kind of thing.
What was it like growing up, like for you? Because I would like to know.
As far as getting like made fun of or just,
Yeah, like how was that? Because I think everybody gets picked on as a kid.
Yeah.
I know I did.
I mean, it was cool, you know, trying to fit in high school and stuff, and everybody's talking about this girl, that girl kind of thing. And like, I was in a position where, you know, a lot of girls, I didn't really talk to any girls because they didn't find me attractive or
Yeah.
whatever the situation may be. So, like, obviously, that whenever you're in high school, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes you feel some type of way. And, like, whenever you say something about it, you know, people like, bro, you can't fool that girl, bro. She don't like, you know what I mean? So just a lot of that kind of situation. I remember, like, in 11th grade, bro, I was just like, fuck it. I remember I chose to, like, eat lunch alone and stuff. You know what I mean? And just, like, look into music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I'm not even going to try to fit in anymore. I'm just going to be me, and I have no problem being with myself and being with me.
That's cool. That is a lesson that a lot of people need to learn. I didn't learn that till later in life. I was miserable through school.
Really?
Oh yeah, I was super depressed.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. That's
all
what I
kind
was
of
saying.
shit.
I have my stage from like 9th grade to like beginning of 11th, where I was like, you know, I was saying like not many girls were like messing with me, like didn't have a lot of real friends that would come to my house. It was just kind of like school friends. And but 11th grade is whenever I was like, you know what, fuck it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do me.
Yeah. That's cool, dude. Yeah, it took me way later in life to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
If I'd have figured that shit out in high school, I'd have been way happier. Yeah, dude. I tried to fit in. I tried to get everybody's approval, which
Yeah.
made me way more miserable.
Yeah.
Like, I was the poor
You're draining
kid.
yourself, giving your energy to
Yeah.
everybody else.
And that's what I did, dude. Like, it took a very bad mental toll on me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. I'm kind of surprised, like, that you matured that quick.
Yeah, definitely in some ways, and I keep saying, I think it's just a result of how I grew up.
Yeah.
But definitely had to mature quickly in those type of ways, because I always knew, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm just gonna do me, and if you don't fuck with me, you don't fuck with me.
Is
That's
that
it.
what led you to doing music?
Uh,
Like kind of being a loner or what? I'm just gonna assume
yeah,
you're a loner.
Exactly. Yeah, kind of the loner type thing led me to the music, because it was like, okay, if you guys aren't messing with me, I'm just gonna show you who the fuck I am.
That's cool.
You know what I
That's
mean?
putting it on their necks. I like that.
That's how I felt.
That's cool.
And I've had a lot of people now hit me up from school like, yo man, it's been a minute, we should see each other.
Oh, dude, there's nothing better to me than when somebody who didn't mess with me in high school, that wasn't a buddy, or like even a girl that wouldn't pay me no attention, they're like, oh, now he gets to go do cool shit.
Yeah.
They're like, all of a sudden, that inbox like a fucking slip and slide.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they all in it. Like, it's the same people that blew me off back then. I'm sure it's the same way with you, dude.
Exactly, yeah. My girl, the girl I was talking to my last year of school, we were talking like January to like March, right? And about April is whenever I started doing social media, and then May it started taking off. And then June I dropped my first big song, Cat Freestyle. And like 2 weeks after that, whenever we were talking in March, she was like, oh, I'm just so busy with school and work and about to go to college, whatever. She's like, I just don't have time for a relationship. And I was like, cool. And then she hit me back up like the end of June and was like,
That single came out, and all of a sudden that mind changed, didn't it?
and she was like, hey, I just wanted to see how you been. Like, I have time now. Just wanted to, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'll let you know. And then I hung up. And then I'll put it in a song, actually.
See, you're way nicer than me. If somebody that blew me off in high school slides in my DMs, I'll lead them on for a little bit. I'd be like, yeah, you can go to Nashville with me. Yeah, you can meet my friends. And then when it's time to go, it's like ghost.
Yo, that's smart, honestly.
I wouldn't say smart, but it's petty. It's petty as
That's kind
hell.
of how I want to be. In certain situations.
You shouldn't be petty.
Nah,
Be better, don't be bitter.
I don't know, man. Being petty is top quality sometimes.
Hey, look, there's just certain situations that I got treated like shit, and I imagine you did too.
Yeah.
And it's like, I really don't want to be this petty right now, but you shouldn't be sliding in my inbox talking shit either.
Like,
It's kind of like, tit for tat, tit for
That's what I'm
tat.
saying. Like, every now and then you gotta bring out the dark side a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Anytime I do something super petty or whatever on social media, I always call it King Petty.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole different version of me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be that way. I want to be a better person these days. But it's like sometimes it's kind of just like,
It just
I
makes
got
you
to.
feel right.
It makes me feel. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good.
Exactly. Every now and then, you know what I mean? As long as you're not doing it with like everybody.
Oh no!
But you
not
know, there
everybody.
might be them certain people that you really just fucking remember.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? Fuck you.
Oh, the thing is now, like with me being 37, most of the women that I went to high school with are going through their first divorce. And it's like, are they first or second, depending on the woman.
Second is crazy.
And it's like, okay, now that you've got 3 or 4 kids and been through 2 divorces, now I'm cute. And it's like, okay, let me go ahead and remind you who I am real quick. I'm not falling for that shit. If I wasn't cute when he was 18, I ain't cute now. I'm the same person.
Yeah. People just, it's hilarious, honestly. I love it. I love when people hit me up from like back then. Because like I said, that was part of my motivation.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, y'all don't like me for me, whatever. I'm about to show y'all what y'all missing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, now that it's paying off and seeing it, it's like, yeah.
That's cool though, dude. You know, it's validation. It's validation for your feelings and all the shit you went through growing up. And that's cool, dude.
And it shows that it's working.
Yeah.
As far as like, you know, chasing whatever you're chasing, it shows that it's working.
Well, it's
You know what I mean?
for me also too, like I tell a lot of people this is like, what's your version of success? Everybody's got a different version of success. If you put a monetary value on your success, or you put like where you're ranked at in the charts or whatever on your success, then you have failures.
Yeah,
I don't like when people do that. I'd rather people have their own version of success. So like for me, I don't ever care if I get to be Joe Rogan. I want to be the best I can be. And right now, getting to do this with you, getting to record in Nashville, getting to be around my friends, that's what to me makes me successful. My bank account might not be what I want it to be every month, but I'm happy. I get to do what I want for a living.
Bro, that's where I'm at. Like, honestly, I don't even know what success for me fully means, because I keep raising it higher and higher every day.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Now, obviously, I just want to keep being the best version of myself. So that's what my success is. So I just keep raising my bar of what success is. And, like, yeah, and just not putting the monetary value on it, because, honestly, you need money to survive nowadays.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, like, it's not my focus.
It shouldn't be.
I love what I do for what I do it for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to tell folks all the time, people have to realize, like Chris Stapleton, it took him 10 years just to get acknowledged.
A lot of the people in the industry.
Yeah, so like it's like if you don't watch how you treat success in your mind, like you fail. And that's not, I'm sure Stapleton never failed in his mind. He had to keep going. He had to keep driving. He had to look for gas to put in the tank every day mentally. And that sounds like what you do.
Yeah, 100%, bro. A failure, to me, is just a step in the right direction to being better and closer to success.
Yeah.
Because you have to fail. What is it that fucking dude that made the light bulb failed like 1,000 times or something?
Yeah, I'll tell you a better one that you can quote it every time and you'll remember it super easy. Do you know, you ever seen the spray bottle, what's it, 409? The cleaning product?
Yeah, it's
409? You know why it's called 409?
No.
Because they failed 408 times for the formula.
No.
Yeah. So it's 409 because it took them that many tries to get where they wanted it to be.
That's dope.
Yeah, dude. It's failing's okay.
And that's what we're talking about with your reaction to the feeling.
Well,
if your reaction is like,
man, I used to be such a negative person.
Really?
Such a negative person, and I had so many blessings in my life.
Yeah.
God has blessed me so well.
Yeah.
And it's like I would focus on the dumbest thing. If I had a video that went viral, 99.9% of it would be positive, and I wouldn't focus on the positive. I'd look at the one or two negatives, and it'd be like, why am I this way?
Really?
And I started working on myself, and I started diving deeper in my faith and everything else. And it's like, yeah, I got to have a different mindset here.
Honestly, my thing is I do the same thing, but I don't take the negative and feel bad about myself. I take the negative and be like, how can I make those people fuck with me? You know what I mean? So I obviously love the positive, but the negative comments is like, okay, why the fuck do they feel that kind of way? You know what I mean?
So we have a different outlook on that. With the negative stuff, and I'm not telling you how to think by any means, I'm just telling you how I think.
No.
And what I push to a lot of my buddies is you're not ever going to make everybody like you.
Oh, yeah.
What you do is you focus on the ones that do instead of paying attention to the negative. And if you focus on the ones that do, they're going to end up telling like-minded people like them about you. You're going to grow your fan base by focusing on the positive and leaving the negative alone. There's so many people that I could never make like me. You're just not going to. I always put it like this: if you are a New England Patriots football fan, you're never gonna like anything to do with the Miami Dolphins. There's no matter what happens, you're just not going to. Like you just are never gonna make some people like you, and you start focusing on that, on the people who don't like you. It starts to take away from who you are. Tupac's got a quote, and it's one of my favorite quotes of all time. It's if everybody likes you, you're probably living wrong. Because you're trying to please everybody. Why wouldn't you please the people that love you in the first place and just throw deuces up to the ones that don't?
Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, you ain't got to do that way. I just
I
don't like when people focus on the negative anymore. So many people help me get over my negative way of thinking, and it's like, I don't want people to mess with the negative no more. It's so soul-sucking.
Yeah.
It just drains you.
Yeah.
But for you, it might be motivation. You might write some stuff because of it.
It's motivation. It wasn't as much as how can I change myself to please the people who don't like me. It's more of I read it, okay, like, it just makes me like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, like you said, motivates me.
I got you.
And then the positive comments are great. I have a beautiful fan base, bro. I would love them.
I can tell. I looked at your stuff before you came.
Yeah.
You got some good folks that follow you, man. You got some great support, dude.
Nah, it's amazing. Really, it is. I'm blessed.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
What were some of, like, the obstacles you had to overcome, like growing up and everything? Like, now that you're doing music and everything, it couldn't have been an easy road from childhood to here.
Yeah. Whenever I was first born, I only had if I remember correctly, like a 20% chance of living.
No shit.
Yeah. And I was born with distal arthrogryposis. So it's basically like no joints in the distal extremities of my body, so like my hands and my feet. So I can't bend my fingers. That's why I play guitar like that.
Yeah.
And then
still play guitar better than me.
And then scoliosis, and then cleft palate. So I wasn't born without a hard or soft palate in the roof of my mouth. And then bilateral club feet. So like, this is like a normal foot, you know what I'm saying? My foot was bent all the way up to my ankle. So I had to wear like casts and stuff and put screws and plates in my ankles. So now I can't bend my ankles, and one of my feet is on its tiptoes and the other one's flat. So I walk a little bit like that, like a penguin.
I didn't see you walking like that. You walk good, dude.
And so, yeah, I mean, that was some of the obstacles from right when I was born. And like I said, that led to, to getting made fun of, feeling insecure for a little while as far as like, okay, I walk a little weird. Are people looking at me? They're probably making fun of me. You know what I mean? So
Fuck
I would
them kids.
try to adjust it a little bit as much as I could, whatever. So that was a lot of obstacles that came whenever I was younger, as far as just insecurities, and then just, you know, the places of where, you know, there's certain things that you just feel like you couldn't do. You know what I mean? Or where you do it a little weird, like holding a pencil for me or whatever. And that was probably one of the biggest obstacles I had to overcome. You know what I mean? Just being comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah, well, I bet your handwriting's better than mine still.
Oh, hell no.
Dude,
I
mine
got
is shit.
chicken scratch.
Oh, dude, mine's probably just as bad.
I don't know, bro. Some people can't even read my handwriting. I have to spell it out to them.
As long as you can do your signature, who gives a fuck what else you can
Oh,
do?
yeah.
That's all you got to practice
I
anymore.
can't write, so my signature is just that. It's just a line.
I do. Mine's this. Mine's a J that looks stupid and a
Yeah.
T that looks stupid. Yeah. I probably don't get asked for autographs as much as you do. But when I have to sign some bullshit,
Yeah.
mostly like IOUs, something like that, yeah, I got a signature. It just is mind blowing to me. So I got a buddy who's been on the show a lot. His name's Matthew Burton. Matthew Burton was born with cerebral palsy,
Oh, really?
and now he does MMA. But he does it. It's not regular MMA.
Yeah.
It's mixed. It's combat. I think it's combative, adaptive something. But it's like where people that have disabilities, they still want to do something. And like his story is amazing. I won't get into the sob story of it with everybody else. If y'all have listened to the show, y'all have heard it. But he wanted to play sports growing up. Our school wouldn't allow him to do anything.
Really?
Yeah, they wouldn't let him do anything. So he started a wrestling. So he petitioned our school to start wrestling. He lost every match his senior year. In wrestling, it's where like when you go to state, like it's a point system. So, like, this kid has got the biggest heart I've ever seen, and you seem like the same way. It's the only reason why I'm bringing him up. But it was where he didn't want to compete at state because it would bring the rest of the team down. And the team were like, fuck you. You're competing.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's one of my – I will run through a wall for that kid. He called me yesterday, and I got to call him back today. But he's a special kid.
That's inspiring.
And, yeah, dude. But I think you're inspiring, too, now that I'm hearing some of that. But it's like – man, you had every reason in the world just to not do this.
Yeah.
And you said, fuck it. I still want to be me. I still want to impact the world. I still want to make music, and I don't care what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
That's inspiring to some kid out there, dude.
Yeah. That's been my big reason, like, to really keep going and be the best I can be, has been just to inspire people and show people, like, regardless of certain situations, how people have talked about you, what your life has been like, how, like, you know what I mean, obstacles you've gone through, you can still become what you want to become.
That's
You know what I
solid,
mean?
dude.
Like, that's been my big motto, and that's why I really have been pushing positive energy, positive music, good vibes, because I just want to show people that.
Yeah.
That has become like my thing.
I fuck with you.
Yeah.
I like that. No,
I
there's so
appreciate
many
it.
people out here complain about the smallest thing.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, I had to get over this. And it's just like, you don't know what some people have been through.
Yeah.
You don't know that there's still some people in this world that's had every bad card in the deck gave to them, and they're still grinding, and they still refuse to be that
100%.
way, dude. And there's something that is so magical and inspiring about that.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the things with me is I got asked in an interview a long time ago, like, what do you want out of all this? And it was for this magazine. I can't remember what magazine it was. But I was like, I want to be rich. Like, that's my first train of thought was like, I want to be balling. And I sat back and I was like, don't print that. Like, I was like, that's not what I mean. I'm just nervous. I was like, I want to make a difference.
Yeah.
Like, and I would feel like whether you ever, not saying that you won't get super big in music, so don't take it that way.
Yeah.
But I got a feeling that there's going to be somebody out there that hears you, whether it's a kid or whoever, and they're going to be like, man, this guy drove me.
Yeah.
They're like, that's better than a Grammy to
Oh,
me.
100%.
Yeah,
That's
like
been-
helping somebody.
Yeah, I've had a lot of DMs and things of people saying I've helped get them into music, change their life, and it's just like, bro, like,
What else could you ask for?
Exactly. What else
Yeah.
could you ask for? Like, making a difference is my big thing too.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want to do, is just make that difference. It's possible.
Did you think as a kid, I guess you weren't technically a kid, when you first started doing music, that you'd get all the recognition that you're getting now? Or
Not at 13, but at 16,
you knew you had
yeah.
something?
Not because of music, but just because of my mindset.
I love
was
that.
like,
I absolutely love
I
that.
was like, I'm gonna do what I wanna. I'm gonna become what I want to become.
You manifest
No
it.
matter
That's
what.
cool,
Exactly.
dude.
That's my big thing, is just manifesting and just speaking everything into existence.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of scary because it seems like a lot of the shit I speak it comes to reality. But like, yeah, me and my team started something where we do like little prayers in the morning and stuff
Good,
like
dude.
that to just, bring the light into the world and just keep each other grounded to
Dude,
what
that's
really
cool.
matters.
Yeah, so I'll be real with you. Looking at your social media and then hearing you now,
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
Like, I like the stuff that's been on social media, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's cool, but it's like, this kid's got something here. Like this, you got it. Like, you're picking up on your purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're picking up on your
That's
purpose,
happened in
dude.
just like the past years. That's what I was saying, is I really found like my purpose,
Yeah.
or I'm finding it.
Yeah, I would say you're one of those that's going to inspire a lot of kids. That's so, like, looking back at it, like, I was a decent athlete, but I wish somebody would have took sports out of my life and put a guitar in my hand at an early age, and was like, you're way better at this. Like, you can write a song. You're not going to make it to the major leagues. Like, come on, kid. You're not fucking doing it. But it wasn't the cool thing. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't. Like, where I'm from, you don't do that
And
shit.
it made you who you are today.
Yeah, it did. It helped me a lot. And the road I had to go down was roads I had to go down to be where I'm at. Like, I'm not dissing it or anything, but
Yeah.
it's like there needs to be more positive influences on kids to where it's like, man, you can do more. You're bigger than you think you are.
Yeah.
Don't
And you don't just have to follow the leader.
Don't
Yeah.
let the rest of these people that peaked in high school tell you what you're going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of those, and I could see, not even knowing where you're from in South Carolina or the high school you went to, I can see people just being like, I didn't fucking think he was going to do that. He don't deserve that. And to me, that's just them being jealous,
Yeah,
right? It's them
100%.
not getting to follow their dreams. You get up every
And
day
just
and you
being
get
ignorant.
to be you, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the coolest shit to me.
Yeah, exactly. People just hate to hate.
Well, it's easier.
Yeah.
People, if they don't understand a situation and they're uncomfortable,
ignorance.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
refuse to learn. And but also too, I always like look at it like this. I don't think a lot of them would have been able to withstand everything you've been through and still be standing. Like, I think that they would have just been like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay in this small town. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. Like, you got a power, dude. You got a willpower and you got determination and you got something that you can't teach.
Yeah.
And that's cool to me.
I appreciate that
That's
for real.
cool to
Thank
me,
you so
dude.
much.
Well, dude, I know you're playing the show tonight, but
Yes,
before we
sir.
get off here,
What's up?
make sure you tell them anything where they can find you on social media, any songs you got coming out,
Yes,
promote anything you've got. Just
Boom.
promote it real fast, and we'll get on out of here
Well, thank
we got a show tonight together too.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's Real Lil Man J on all platforms. I just dropped my song a couple weeks ago called Sippin' Country, so make sure y'all stream that. And I have a new one dropping called Everybody Loves Jack, July 11th.
Hell
So,
yeah, dude.
Get out of here, man.
Well, dude, I appreciate it.
Man, thank you so much.
Dude, I like you. I like the shit
Thank
out of
you.
you.
Likewise.
I didn't know what to expect from this show. I like the shit out of you.
Hey,
You're a
me
good.
too.
You're a good dude.
No.
You're gonna help a lot of people, and you're gonna have a successful career. I already
Thank
know
you,
it.
bro. I really
I'm good. I'm
appreciate
good at
that.
this shit. I'm good at seeing the future.
Hey.
I'm good at knowing.
Manifesting it.
I see it in you,
I love
folks. Please go follow him on everything. Go download all of his catalog that he's got on social media and on iTunes and all that good shit. And hey, come out to the Raising Grace rounds. If you don't catch the one tonight on June 25th, our next one's July the 9th. And check out my dude here. Dude's solid. Listen to all his videos and everything. Dude's inspirational.
Thank
You to Deep Eddy Vodka, Corona, Modelo's, Tab X, Live Oak. We love y'all, and we'll see you later.